Morning for Wednesday, October 7th. We've got Major League Baseball playoffs going on. I want to talk to you about how the Pirates ruined a situation with the best minor league pitcher of all time. He pitched last night, Tyler Glasnow with the Tampa Bay Rays. Struck out 10 in the Rays' victory over the Yankees. 10 strikeouts in 5 innings. Gave up 4 runs, but was dominant at times, throwing 100 with his tremendous curve. Now, when I tell you that he's the best pitcher in the history of minor league baseball, some of you might roll your eyes and say, come on, Geiger, what are you talking about? Let's give you some numbers, and then I want you to think about it, how the Pirates messed up this entire situation. Tyler Glasnow went 45-21 in his career in the minor leagues with a 2.01 ERA. Now, that's over 595 innings, and he struck out nearly 800 batters in 595 innings. Here's the kicker, though. For his career, over those 595 innings, opponents in the minor leagues batted 173 off Tyler Glasnow. It's just absurd. I can't even say that number without really laughing. They didn't touch him. He was unhittable in the minor leagues. For some perspective, Clayton Kershaw's career opponent's batting average in the big leagues is 196. He's been about as untouchable as there's been in the big leagues for this generation. Tyler Glasnow, untouchable, 173 career opponent's batting average in the minor leagues. All right, so a little bit more background here for you. Tyler Glasnow was 5'8" as a high school freshman. Well, what does that have to do with anything? Well, he wasn't a great prospect. He wasn't this huge, superstar prospect growing up. He grew 10 inches between his high school freshman and high school senior year. He went from 5'8" to 6'6". He grew into his body, was kind of lanky, still kind of wild in control, figuring out his body parts. And he was never that superstar prospect. He might look great one game, bad the next game. Okay, but what happened was he started gaining confidence. Wasn't a superstar as a kid, but once he started gaining that confidence, and this is key, I'm going to get to it later. He gained that confidence, then he got to the minor leagues, and he was just untouchable for 5 years. Then the Pirates screwed it all up. How? Because they didn't believe in Tyler Glasnow. They saw the numbers. They saw the 173 career opponent's batting average in the minor leagues. They saw the unbelievable 800 strikeouts in 600 innings. And they just didn't really believe it all because they felt like he couldn't throw strikes enough. And so he got to the big leagues. And in 2017, Tyler Glasnow was terrible. He was terrible for the Pirates. He went 2-7 with a 7.69 ERA in 15 games. That was 13 starts. And all of you fans gave up on him. And quite frankly, I remember saying at the time, I wonder if they can start this guy anymore. He was 23 years old. 23 years old. Throwing 100 with a phenomenal curve. But the Pirates gave up on him as a starter. So the next year in 2018, he comes back as a reliever. And he you know what? He was actually pretty decent. 1-2 with a 4.34 ERA. And he never got a chance to start. That's where the Pirates crushed themselves with Tyler Glasnow. In 2018, when he started to show signs of coming back and being a little bit more like the pitcher that he was in the minor leagues, the Pirates didn't give him another chance to start. They didn't believe in him. They didn't believe in him despite 72 strikeouts in 56 innings as a reliever. And after 11 games as a reliever, they shipped him off to the Tampa Bay Rays in what was a horrific trade. Tyler Glasnow, Austin Meadows, Shane Baz for Chris Archer, who I wrote this on Twitter on the day the trade happened. Tyler Glasnow is better today than Chris Archer is. And fans who remembered Tyler Glasnow from the 2017 year when he was terrible and couldn't throw strikes, they're like, come on, guy, you don't know what you're talking about. Chris Archer has a chance to maybe get back and be good again. Come on. Chris Archer was done by the time the Pirates got him. And they traded away a 24-year-old kid who was the best pitcher statistically over a long period of time in the history of minor league baseball. They traded him away without giving him another chance to start, having confidence in him. Again, it goes back to that kid who was 5'8" and grew 10 inches in high school and grew into his body and grew into becoming a prospect. He needed the Pirates to believe in him. He's kind of a goofy kid, would get in his head and do and say some crazy things. If the Pirates would have believed in him in 2018, given him another chance to start, I think they could have avoided this entire fiasco. Instead, they give up on Tyler Glasnow at 24 years old. He goes to the Rays. Last year, 6-1, 1.93 ERA, and just made the Pirates look completely foolish. Again, not only him, but Austin Meadows was an all-star. Shane Baz was for Chris Archer. The Pirates traded the best minor league pitcher ever, and Austin Meadows, and Shane Baz for Chris Archer. That's your Buccos for you. Have a good day, folks.